Welcome to Arts in the City. I'm Anne Riddell. This month is all about kids. Programs and opportunities throughout the city that offer children a variety of things to do, both fun and educational. We begin with a story about one special program that uses art to empower kids to transform their communities and themselves. Tinabeth Piña has more.
What happens when you give a child a paintbrush? Well, according to CITYarts, you give that kid a voice and the opportunity to transform their community.
I like to paint landscapes.
I like to paint hearts.
I like to just paint about what comes to my mind.
These little girls are taking part in CITYarts, a program that brings young people and professional artists together to create public art in all 5 boroughs.
There is nothing better than teaching and bringing art to kids to grow up with, to educate them, to expose them to. Arts are opening your creative thinking, your thoughts about who you are, your imagination. Everything is so incredibly wonderful when you do it through the arts.
I like that you get to just paint it like how you want, and it's fun because you could paint it with your friends, and it makes me happy.
CITYarts has been around since 1968 and has created nearly 300 projects that have transformed communities and impacted over 100,000 kids with the help of professionals.
The professional artists lead them to create the murals with the ideas that they have in mind. And that's why every mural is different, that it's very unique. Every kid has his own ideas, his own thoughts, and the artists are helping them to put it together in a professional way.
And then you're going to go with the yellow, and then you're going to go back over the white, okay? And I'm just basically like a coach, essentially. I'm not out there necessarily playing for them or painting for them, but I'm guiding them on the way in which they can paint themselves.
Kids first created an outdoor mural at the Polo Grounds Community Center in Harlem, and then had ideas for an indoor mural as well. So Leon put those ideas together in a general sketch, and then the kids brought the mural to life.
I've done these apples on that tree, and me and my friend Takara have done these oranges.
In this mural, the sun is rising, and a mom takes her kids to see the sun. And this mural, its dad takes his son to see the sunset.
You can do whatever you want, and there is no right or wrong. When we do things, it's about what we would want to do and how we feel.
They're taking away skills of collaboration, teamwork, and things that they can take to fields far beyond art and any other creative field.
The Polo Grounds project falls under CITYarts Community Identity Program, which is one of 5 programs CITYarts runs.
Until 3 years ago, everything about Polo Grounds was, oh, did you hear about the killing yesterday? Or did you hear about the theft? Now they are telling me, we tell everyone, when you get out of the subway, just look for the mural. This is who we are.
Murals are also created through CITYarts Tribute to New York and New Yorkers program.
This mural is called Alice in Wall Street Land, and basically just having its location so close to the 9/11 memorial makes it just a little bit more sensitive to the people around here. We're restoring it. A lot of it actually just wore down, and we're just recreating it with a more renewed theme of art, and also relating this a lot to the community itself.
CITYarts is also transforming communities worldwide with its Young Minds Build Bridges initiative and has created 5 mosaic peace walls around the globe, the most recent one in Berlin.
So this wall, our wall, should be the new Berlin Wall, and people should connect the Berlin Wall to peace. We hope it will be a future of peace for all youth around the world.
I strongly believe that it's our responsibility to connect youth around the world, to connect them with our kids here in New York, to show our kids that although we are the center of the world, but there are other cultures out there. It's all about our youth and their thoughts, their wishes for the future, their wishes of the way they want to see their community look and feel. I believe that children are born to be creative. It's just a question of how much are they exposed to the creativity around them.
For Arts in the City, I'm Tinabeth Piña.
Kids might think going to a museum is boring, but at the Metropolitan Museum of Art on Fifth Avenue, several programs for children and families might just prove them wrong. Magalie Laguerre-Wilkinson has that story.
So we have Start with Art, which is for kids ages 3 to 7. That's a gallery-based program.
Jennifer Kalter is the Associate Museum Educator for Family Programs at the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Then there's Art Trek for the older kids going up to age 12, also a gallery program. We have Sunday Studio on the weekends, which is a drop-in program. You can come in at any time in a 3-hour period and make works of art next to the real objects in the galleries, which is a nice experience. We also have Story Time, which is for toddlers in the morning and for slightly older children in the afternoon.
Has this little knight climbed to the top of Dragon Hill to offer me a flower?
When one thinks of a museum, the Metropolitan, the Louvre, all of these other places around the world, no one thinks of children in that equation. But it seems as though the family program here is pretty significant. Explain how it's expanded through the years and why.
The museum has been really focused on engaging children since the early days of the museum, the early 1900s, and they have continued to grow throughout the years. But really want to engage kids in a variety of ways. So some kids might be more interested in art making and studio programs. Some might gravitate to the gallery discussion programs. We have larger festivals that will involve the whole family for all ages. So we really try to provide a whole range of options. It's very family friendly. We want to get everyone into the museum to feel comfortable, even adults with kids that might not think that they can bring them to a museum. We're actually starting a new pilot program next year called Art Play, which is for youngest visitors, ages 2 to 4. But there are a number of things that we can do with them. We have a toddler story time in the morning, which is extremely popular for that age group. So it just seems like this audience really wants more, and we want to provide more opportunities for them.
Is this an effort to have people realize that the museum experience doesn't have to be a stodgy environment where you just have to walk straight and just look straight ahead and not move too much?
That's definitely what we're going for. We want it to be an interactive experience. We want kids and adults alike to feel comfortable coming to the museum with whatever prior knowledge they have and being able to relate to the works of art in their own way.
And when Alana, a veteran of the program, was asked what she liked most, she didn't hesitate.
Probably the drawing, because I just love doing art.
And Alana's mother, Christina Simonelli, is just as enchanted with the program.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. It really connects them to the art. By having them actually do the art in the museum, they feel like they're one of the artists here, and we always learn something new that we would have not learned had we not done art. Start with Art.
Is the goal to simply learn about art and love art, or is there something else here?
That's one of the goals, to learn about art. Certainly we want to provide contextual information about works, but we also want to, a major goal is to sort of get the kids and the adults to interact, be able to spend some social time together and have fun. We also want to provide sort of a sense of like wonder and getting the kids engaged in the works of art and help them be inspired to continue learning on their own. We also want to equip them with tools so that they can come back, the adults and the kids can come back and continue exploring on their own. So help them figure out how to have those discussions.
At the Metropolitan Museum of Art, I'm Magalie Laguerre-Wilkinson for Arts in the City.
From art to music and some very hip babies and toddlers, these pint-sized music makers are learning to mix it up and spin tunes in DJ school.
Baby DJ, put your hands up, put your hands up.
This is not your average baby sing-along class. It's DJ school for the pacifier set. These tots are getting their groove on, learning to spin tunes and mix beats using actual DJ equipment. Natalie Elizabeth Weiss, known as DJ Natalie, explains how it all started.
I came up with the idea for Baby DJ School because I had a DJ gig one night, and before it, I was hanging out with the son of some friends of mine, and he was 1.5 at the time. And so I said, hey, I'm about to DJ. You want to see my equipment? You want to see how it works? And he loved it. And very quickly, I realized that more children than him could press these buttons, slide the faders. It's just like what they have on their toys, but the results are more empowering because you're controlling music instead of just a sound effect.
We visited a baby DJ class at Frolic, a play space in Brooklyn. We saw babies sing, dance, and interact with the technology, pushing buttons and playing with volume. The headphones are a big hit with little ears, and the babies even try out how to pre-cue. In DJ speak, that's listening to the mix before playing it for the audience. Can babies and toddlers really learn to do this?
Absolutely. I've seen it. We have a baby as young as 2 months in one of the classes, and modern DJ equipment is so easy. You know, pressing play, even the babies who don't fully open their hands yet, they can bonk the play button.
Oh yeah! So we say, all my friends drive a low rider.
No question about it, these little hipsters are getting busy with the beat, but is there more to this? Do you think there are developmental benefits in all of this for babies?
Absolutely.
Clearly it looks fun, but what else are they getting out of it?
One of the first things that they're getting is the hand-eye coordination is developing. When we do the needle on the record, we're developing their pincer grasp. Another thing is developing spatial relationships, advanced spatial reasoning.
Kids! Jungle!
For parents who know nursery songs backwards and forwards at this stage, Baby DJ School can feel like a welcome change of pace.
Yeah, it's amazing. We're from Brazil. We never saw this kind of class before, and it's amazing for him because he loves music and always wants to play at home.
Music was fun. It was not your typical baby music.
Press play.
Once the babies had their turn, it was mine, and no surprises here. The youngsters were a lot more impressive.
So just like press play right there. Okay. Amazing.
Professionally, it's an interesting mix for DJ Natalie. Babies by day, grown-ups by night.
With the babies, it's going really soft and really sweet. And with the grown-ups, it's just like kind of being chill and like put my hair in my face and just keep it more low-key. You know, if I did all these moves, I wouldn't get hired.
For Arts in the City, I'm Anne Riddell.
I'm Donna Hanover. Pretty much every little girl has dreamed at one time or another of being a ballerina, and a disability shouldn't get in the way.
What's the best part?
I twirl around.
Dancing Dreams was started in 2002 by pediatric physical therapist Joann Ferrara. She realized that many girls with disabilities want to go to dance lessons, but most classes can't handle their special challenges.
One day I was working with a little girl who was dressed in a tiara and a tutu,
And she looked up at me with big eyes and said, I wish I could be a dancer, but nobody wants me. We started with 5 little girls in the back room of my office.
Now, 65 disabled young ladies divided into 4 age groups go to dance class once a week in either Bayside, Queens, or Manhattan with the teacher they fondly call Miss Joann.
I always loved reading books on ballerinas, and I saw them on TV sometimes, and I saw the little ballerina dolls, and I wanted to be like them.
Why do you like to come here, Isabel?
To dance and say hi to my friends and dance and get stickers and all the fun stuff that ballerina does.
Each disabled dancer is paired for the year with a volunteer teenage helper.
She holds me, she holds my wrist, and when I jump, she picks me up a little bit.
So with my girl, I want to make sure that she's able to do everything and doesn't feel set back. It's my responsibility and my joy to make sure that I'm holding her up so that she has no limitation. She can move her feet, she can move her arms, she can spin around and do everything that I love to do as a dancer.
The friendships that emerge are priceless. Parents willingly come from a distance to bring their daughters.
She does get therapy in school, but it could seem like a job. Here, therapy is fun.
I have an older daughter, and she took dance for many years, and Brianna always attended her dance classes and her competitions and her recitals, and she always wanted to dance. So when we heard about Miss Joann and what she was doing, we brought Brianna, and Brianna has loved it ever since.
Costumes made by volunteers are designed to have easy closures for children with physical issues. And of course, they're sparkly.
Okay, cutie pie. You ready to go on stage?
The work culminates in an annual Pull Out All the Stops show.
It's going to be in New York City, and there's going to be lots of people, lots of people.
This year, the theme was about girls dreaming they were in Manhattan, doing everything from having hot dogs to dancing on 42nd Street.
This is it. This is their day to shine and be a star, and we try to make it that they are superstars this day.
The girls have even been coached by members of the New York City Ballet. The show looks quite spectacular with lighting, sets, and video volunteered by students and professors of New York University, where Joann is a master clinician in the graduate physical therapy program. The dancers get the same rapturous response that Lincoln Center audiences give prima ballerinas. Dancing Dreams fulfills a longing to create and perform.
I think you're a wonderful dancer.
You saw me?
I did see you. How do you feel when you come here?
This place is so special because not a lot of places believe a person with a disability can dance.
So you do some of your dancing from here at home?
Yeah.
Yeah? And what does your family think?
They think, wow, she's amazing.
So, judging from their dedication, their beauty, their enthusiasm for their art, it's clear that the girls of Dancing Dreams are true stars. I'm Donna Hanover for Arts in the City.
Did you ever have fun in the summer making bubbles? Well, Mike Gilliam may have just found the ultimate in bubble making. It's called Bubble Mania. Take a look.
Did you ever have fun in the summer making bubbles? Well, what's going on in here is the ultimate in bubble making. It's called Bubble Mania. Let's take a look inside.
Please welcome Bubble Master, Casey Carl.
His name is Casey Carl, the bubbleologist, and he does some amazing things with bubbles while focusing on science.
Brain power beats battery power. Walk the wire. Walk the wire.
Carl says his show is a combination of science, art, and comedy. He started back in 1987 with the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus and has done his Bubble Mania show over 1,000 times for audiences like these students in Ridgefield, Connecticut, and on the Discovery and Science channels. Science has always been a love.
I discovered soap bubbles as a form of entertainment and comedy in the circus, and for 22 years now, it's been a full-time occupation.
He teaches.
I can do the trick because I know with my brain that a bubble is simply trapped air. A basketball is a kind of bubble.
Here's a lesson on bubbles being spherical in shape.
I learned bubbles around because they're part of nature, Being spherical is their natural shape. This shape uses the least amount of surface for trapping the air that's inside. It's using the least amount of energy.
Sometimes he'll turn a lesson upside down. Here he uses a sugar-based vapor to make his point. So how does he manage to make bubbles which are thinner than a human hair so strong?
The answer is the solution. Solution is the term given to a mixture of different kinds of liquids, in this case soap and water. Solution, it's a science word. Everyone say it. Solution!
So, what's the solution?
A good basic solution would be using dishwashing liquid, quality dishwashing liquid, distilled water, I emphasize distilled water, and something called glycerin. Many people know it as an ointment for skincare. It also slows down the evaporation of the water in a bubble. Glycerin, it's in a lot of products to hold moisture in those products. A lot of people make an assumption that a soap bubble is actually a stronger version of water. In fact, it's weakened water. Water has such a strong adhesive quality that you need to weaken that adhesive force in water molecules so that they will stretch and become elastic.
Rubber gloves are also important because they keep the oils and other contaminants on the skin from breaking down the bubbles. And your hands must be wet. Dryness breaks bubbles.
Keep your seats, crew. It's time for the big boys to come out and play. Hug me, Bubble, hug me. Oh yeah! I will be placing a quiet, seated, smiling volunteer from this audience inside a giant bubble. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bubble Mania. That's a wrap. Aw, come on. You know you want to see one more.
I'm going in. You can't stop me. I'm going in.
During the summer, entertaining the kids on rainy days and long car trips can be a challenge. With that in mind, Pat Collins put together a list of a few TV shows and movies available on home video.
During the summer months, entertaining young children can be a challenge for parents, especially on rainy days and those long car trips. With that in mind, we compiled a short list of family-friendly TV shows and movies now available on Blu-ray and on demand.
Crank up those subwoofers, dude, and check this out.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome and then some about the Lego Movie. An unlikely hero named Emmett and an all-plastic cast that includes superheroes and famous Americans take on the power-hungry Lord Business, voiced by Will Ferrell.
Nice to meet you, sir.
You will call me Pop Pop.
Kids, go easy on old Pop Pop.
You can call me sir.
The feathered family of Rio 2 head to the Amazon rainforest in a high-flying sequel with the voices of Anne Hathaway, Jesse Eisenberg, and Bruno Mars.
Come aboard, explorers.
Toy Story, Wall-E, and Finding Nemo are among the many family movies available on Disney Movies Anywhere, a free app that lets you stream and download Pixar, Marvel, and Disney movies all summer long. For more information, go to DisneyMoviesAnywhere.com.
I've never wanted anything more in my whole life.
The latest American Girl character with her own movie is a determined 9-year-old ballerina. Isabel Dances into the Spotlight is available on DVD and on demand. This is America, Charlie Brown, a collection of 8 remastered Peanuts TV specials, introduces young people to significant events in American history.
Lucy,
Snoopy requests that you hook us into mission control.
The Beagle has landed and Charlie Brown too in the NASA Space Station episode.
Remember to use good table manners.
Check. Some of Sesame Street's furry stars teach toddler etiquette in Monster Manners with a little help from a few famous well-mannered grown-ups.
It's time for the Sesame Street alphabet.
Elmo and friends are joined by a few Grammy winners for alphabet songs. A 2-hour sing-along available on DVD and digital.
All I'm going to advise you to do is stay calm.
Do I really need a pep talk?
The stars of the short game are 7-year-old golfers who competed in the World Championship of Junior Golf, an annual event at Pinehurst in North Carolina. This documentary, available on Netflix, is a humorous lesson in determination for ambitious young athletes.
What's your name?
Ernest.
I'm Celestine.
Ernest and Celestine, a charming tale about the unlikely friendship between a mouse and a bear, comes in a Blu-ray DVD combo pack that includes the English and French language versions. Penguin families, great white sharks, and diving elephants provide hours of family entertainment in the BBC's Planet Earth, available in a 5-disc box set. Cosmos, a space-time odyssey hosted by astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, is a follow-up to Carl Sagan's celebrated 1980s TV series. This 13-part adventure on Blu-ray and DVD will appeal to curious kids 9 to 12, and everyone else too. At the Carousel in Central Park, I'm Pat Collins for Arts in the City.
That's our show for today. See you next month on Arts in the City. I'm Anne Riddell.